Hi friends, Paloma here and welcome to the Bates House. Today we are going into part 2 of the Vintage Christmas Decor home tour. We're going to be looking at my seating area to the side of the fireplace and the area that I like to call the Bates Boys Hot Chocolate Diner. That actually year-round is a candle making station and a soap making station, along with my mini library book nook. Since this area transitions from the baking station to the kids area, I made this tree a little more fun. Instead of using the dried fruit, I used plastic fruit. Of course, it's the fruit garland from Hobby Lobby. Absolutely adorable. Got them on clearance last year. I paired that with the woodland animal ornaments. Also found those on clearance. Now on this tree though, I did pair it with some adorable vintage Santa head napkin rings. I just put one of the tree stems through the back of the napkin ring and folded it up, and the Santa heads show perfectly on this tree. I also paired it with some vintage redwood beads and vintage glass ornaments and plastic ornaments. There are so many cool dated ornaments on this tree and I absolutely love it. And since they are clear, they twinkle well with the minimal lights that I have on this tree. I found this tree at Goodwill for $10. They had a tag that said art on the box, so this is my art tree. It's art. And I did tie in the natural element from the baking station using pine cones and berry sprigs. These tiny houses will eventually move from this space, and I will transition the big houses from under our big tree into this space once I start putting the gifts around the big tree. This is my seating area off to the side of my little book nook. That's what I like to call it. I have a hutch top that I took the panels out of so I can just reach in and out of it very easily. And I keep my cool old books in here along with my gardening books and some select modern books. But to make it Christmassy and fun, I just added some vintage Christmas magazines and books and little pieces into the hutch so that when you look in there, you see the little peaks of Christmas showing through. This hutch is actually elevated off of the floor with the chair bottoms like the hutch in the baking station. A friend of mine gave me about 8 chairs that didn't have seats, and we just kept all the bottoms to use them as bases to elevate hutches, because I guess that's a thing that I do. I don't know. On the top, I kept all of my regular year-round decor, which is just some really cool book pieces, book-related things, and just added small touches of Christmas scattered throughout. I did keep my original pictures on the wall behind this piece, and I just overlapped the Christmas-themed stuff directly on top of them. I try to tie in the fact that this is a reading area by keeping a small table in this space. On this table, I have a vintage Avon Cape Cod red glass bowl, which will be filled with nuts very soon. I have a Christmas Carol on the tabletop, which we will start reading soon. I love my chairs in this space. I found this fantastic, gorgeous green chair on Facebook Marketplace for $20. And I found the big green wingback chair at a thrift store for $40. And then I have these gorgeous blankets just layered throughout everywhere that I actually got from an estate sale here local to our neighborhood. It's a big thing here. When we meet new people that move into the houses or whatever, we're always like, oh, I got this from your house. I got this from so-and-so's house. It's really cool because it's a small community. This area transitions into the Bates Boys Hot Chocolate Diner, starting with my Decor hutch. This Decor hutch actually used to store games and all kinds of other things. It's been many things, but it is officially a Decor hutch now. I got the idea from my friend because she had a Decor hutch that she got for free in the neighborhood, and I was like, why didn't I ever think of that? Just strictly seasonal decor. So that's what it is. Believe it or not, this entire hutch was 100% free. Next, we're going to move over to the actual hot chocolate area. In this space, I have a tree that is jam-packed full of candy-themed or sweet treat-themed ornaments and pieces. It's basically to tie into the hot chocolate bar with all of the little fixins like the peppermint candies, spoons, and the cookies and marshmallows and all that. And since I don't go crazy in any of the other trees in the house, I kind of wanted to fill this tree, since it's for the kids, and just overload it. I've always wanted to do like those overstuffed trees, and I feel like this is the perfect one to do that with. This tree though will be retired this year because it's pretty much on its last leg. The fact that it stays standing is pretty magical. It's a Christmas miracle. So next year we will be getting a new one for that corner. But even though it's retired as a tree, it's definitely going to serve for some parts and pieces to make some really cool decor for next year. Now, per tradition, the Bates Boys Hot Chocolate Diner opens December 1st. But this year was a little different because 3 of our boys have jobs. Like, what? So we kind of had to work with their schedule. But the tradition is that the Hot Chocolate Diner opens on December 1st. We do hot chocolate with all the fixins. We make our gingerbread houses. We play Christmas music. We have dinner, some arroz con leche, or some eggnog if I remember to get it. But we do all of that on the 1st, and then the hot chocolate bar stays open until the end of the month, and the boys are able to pick 1 hot chocolate a day at any time of day that they want with all of the fixins. And as long as they don't get greedy or make it look crazy and have this place a hot mess, it will absolutely be here every year per tradition. Now, I usually like to make this day the day that we hang our personal ornaments as well, but I try to make plans with my oldest son, who's out living his life, and his friend was getting married, so he wasn't going to be able to make it on the days that we were going to be doing this. So I kind of work personal ornaments into either the opening of the hot chocolate bar or whenever we can get my oldest here. Another one of my favorite traditions has to be putting out our stockings for the Christmas season. When these stockings come out, I send a picture to my mother-in-law because we got them from a trip to her house when Santa stopped by to visit all the kiddos one year, and we have put them out every year since. I love to have a little coordinating seating area across from the other seating area that I showed you. It's a great way to just have conversation. When one of the kiddos are passing through, they'll stop, take a seat here, and we'll have a short conversation and just kind of chit chat. And that's basically what this area is for, with the bench seating, the chairs, the fireplace. It's open, but also people can pass through. It's a very good conversation space. Well, friends, now that we've seen everything in this area, I wanted to go ahead and answer your questions from the last video. First off, let me say thank you so much for all of the prayers and blessings for my hubby, who is a police officer. I very much appreciate that. Also, all of you that are new around here and found me through this tour, welcome. I am so glad you are enjoying yourself, and I do hope you choose to stick around. The first question is, do you have a basement for storage, or where do you store all of your seasonal decor? The seasonal decor is stored in the outside attic of our shop, or it was a garage and it has a small attic above it. That's where we store everything. I don't really have much for any other season aside from Christmas. Christmas pretty much takes up a lot of that attic. So as I get better storage bins, it won't be so chaotic, but that takes time and money, right? So that's going to be a minute. The next question is, what do you use to hang your rolling pins? You're going to love this. It is super cheap. You can find it at any thrift store almost all the time. I use plate racks. You can get a plate rack that has 3 to 4 hooks on there, and you just plop your rolling pin right on top. Depending on the plate rack, it might be a wider base. You can actually stack 2 on each one of the racks. If you missed it, this is a small series, and the previous video that we did was taking a look at the vintage Christmas decor in my baking station, which is an unfitted kitchen style baking area off to the side of my kitchen that was a dining room but wasn't fully utilized. So I turned it into this thing that I absolutely love. Well, friends, that is pretty much it for video 2 in my vintage Christmas decor home tour mini series. I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a huge favor and interact with the channel by giving it a big thumbs up. Also, leave a comment down below or ask me a question and I will answer it in the next one. You can share this video with a friend or anyone that just needs some creative decoration inspiration while they put up their own decor. And also, if you are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell on your way out to be notified of new videos whenever I post. You can follow me on my social media on Instagram at the Bates House, hashtag Bates House, pretty much anything, and we will be there. But for now, guys, that is it for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.